student. In today's chemistry lecture, today we learn about the adsorption and colloids. In that, we learn the factor affecting adsorption of gases on the solids. So there is a 5 factors that affect on the adsorption of gases on the solid. First one is the nature of adsorbate. Second one, nature of adsorbent. Third, surface area of adsorbent. Fourth one, temperature. And fifth one, pressure of gas. See, there is a first factor, nature of adsorbate. All of you know about the adsorbate and adsorbent. Okay. So there is nature of adsorbate effect on the adsorption of gas on the solid. So the amount of gas adsorbed by a solid depend on the nature of the gas. Okay, means there is the गैस के नेचर पे क्या है एड्जॉर्प्शन डिपेंड है. ओके, सो गैस एड्जॉर्ब ऑन द surface of a solid. So gas having high critical temperature liquefy easily and can readily be adsorbed. Okay, so gases having the high critical temperature, so it liquefy easily and adsorb easily. Okay, so there is some example of gases and their critical temperature. So nitrogen having the 126 Kelvin critical temperature, HCl 324, ammonia 406, chlorine 417, sulfur dioxide 413 Kelvin. Okay, so at critical temperature of nitrogen is 126, so it absorb 0.8 means 8 centimeter cube. Okay, on the solid surface. Clear? Similarly, HCl critical temperature having 324 adsorb 72 cm cube. Okay, similarly see the critical temperature of ammonia, chlorine and sulfur dioxide. Okay, and volume adsorb per centimeter cube. So there is the nature of adsorbate is effect on the adsorption of gas on the solid. Next one, nature of adsorbent. Okay, so substance which provide large surface area for a given mass are effective at adsorbents and adsorb appreciable volume of gases. For example, silica gel, charcoal are the effective adsorbents due to their porous nature. Okay, so porous nature of silica gel and charcoal are effect on the adsorption. Okay, so in adsorption, adsorbent means surface of the solid. Okay, so it effect on the adsorption of the gases on the solid. Next one, surface area of adsorbent. Okay, so adsorption is a surface phenomena. All of you know the adsorption is surface phenomena. Okay, hence the extent of adsorption increases with increase in the surface area of a adsorbent. Okay, so in adsorption surface area increases, adsorption increases. Finally, divided substance, rough surface area, colloidal substances are good adsorbents as they provide large surface area for a given mass. Okay, so there is some example of the large surface area, that is finely divided substance, rough surface, colloidal substance. Okay, so surface area of adsorbent is effect on the adsorption. Next one is the temperature. So adsorption is an exothermic process, means there is a evolution of heat. Okay, so exothermic process. So according to the Lee-Chatter's law or Lee-Chatter's principle, it is favored at low temperature. Okay, so the amount of gas adsorbed is inversely proportional to the temperature. Okay, so adsorption is inversely proportional to the temperature. So temperature increases, adsorption decreases. Temperature decreases, adsorption increases. Okay, so there is the adsorption is the exothermic process. See, there is a graphical representation. So there is the relation between adsorption, temperature and pressure. Okay, so in this there is the temperature is inversely proportional to the adsorption. Okay, so X per meter is the adsorption and pressure. So here adsorption is directly proportional to the pressure and inversely proportional to the temperature. So according to this graph, we can clear that adsorption is the inversely proportional to the temperature and pressure is the directly proportional to the adsorption. Next one is the pressure of gas. Okay, so pressure of gas also affect on the adsorption. So at any temperature, the extent of gas adsorbed increases with an increase of pressure, means directly proportional to the pressure. So the extent of adsorption is directly proportional to the pressure of gas. Okay, there is a directly proportional relation. So at high pressure, extent of adsorption become independent of the pressure. Okay, so the surface of adsorbent is then almost fully covered by adsorbed gaseous molecule. Okay, clear? Now next is the application of adsorption. So adsorption is used as a catalysis, gas mass, control of humidity, production of high vacuum, adsorption indicators, separation of inert gases, force floating process and chromatographic analysis. Okay, so first one, catalysis. So catalyst thus can be defined as a substance which, when added to a reacting system, increases with rate of reaction without itself undergoing any permanent chemical change. Okay, so there is a role. What is the role of catalyst? They cannot participate in the chemical reaction, only increasing the rate of chemical reaction. Okay, so adsorption is also used in the catalysis process. Okay, so substance which can added to a reacting system increases the rate of reaction without itself undergoing the permanent chemical changes. So there is a two type of catalysis: homogeneous catalysis and heterogeneous catalysis. Homogeneous means in a safe phase and heterogeneous means different phase. Okay, now next one is the important features of solid catalyst. So there is the important features of solid catalyst. First one is the catalytic activity. So activity of the catalyst. So the activity of a catalyst depend on the strength of chemical adsorption. Okay, so activity of catalyst is depend upon the strength of chemical adsorption. Chemical adsorption जहाँ पे हो रहा है वहाँ पे कैटलिस्ट पे डिपेंड करती है उसकी एक्टिविटी. ओके, और स्ट्रेंथ पे डिपेंड करती है उसकी एक्टिविटी. सो इफ लार्ज नंबर ऑफ रिएक्टेंट मॉलिक्यूल, so reactant molecule is in a gaseous or a liquid state, are strongly adsorbed on the surface of solid catalyst, the catalyst is said to be active. Okay, however the adsorption of reactant molecule on the surface, that is, the bond formed between the adsorbate and adsorbent's surface should not be very strong, so that they are not immobilized. Okay, so surface or एड्जॉर्बेंट और एड्जॉर्बेट, ओके, ये जो है एड्जॉर्बेट जो है दैट इज इन गैसियस और लिक्विड स्टेट एंड एड्जॉर्बेंट इज द सरफेस ऑफ अ सॉलिड. ओके, सो बॉन्ड बिटवीन द adsorbate and adsorbent is very weak. Okay, so because of weak bonding between these two, they cannot be mobilized. Okay, so immobilized means अगर सरफेस पे सॉलिड सरफेस पे गैस या लिक्विड हम लोग फ्लो करते हैं तो वहाँ पे जो बॉन्डिंग फॉर्म होती है, ओके, वहाँ पे अगर एड्जॉर्प्शन हो रहा है तो वहाँ पे वेंडरवॉल फोर्स फॉर्म हो जाता है. ओके, सो बिकॉज ऑफ द फोर्स वहाँ पे क्या हो जाता है, वीक बॉन्डिंग फॉर्म हो जाता है. लेकिन क्या है, उस बॉन्डिंग के साथ सॉलिड और गैसियस मॉलिक्यूल फ्लोट होते हैं, लेकिन सॉलिड सरफेस को लेके मूव होते हैं क्या, नहीं. सो दे आर इमोबिलाइज्ड. ओके, नेक्स्ट वन, catalytic selectivity. So some solid catalysts are selective in their action. Okay, so some solid catalyst is there, they are selective in the action. Okay, so chemical reaction. So the same gaseous reactants produces different product when different catalysts are used. Okay, means what, there is a use of use of reactant is same. Okay, only the use of catalyst is different, so it reacting the another way and forming the different products. Okay, अगर दो सेम एलिमेंट है जैसे कि फॉर एग्जांपल हाइड्रोजन एंड ऑक्सीजन, सो हाइड्रोजन एंड ऑक्सीजन कंबाइन टू फॉर्म अ वाटर मॉलिक्यूल, ये तो हम लोगों को सबको पता है. ओके, बट देयर इज द यूज ऑफ कैटलिस्ट टू फॉर्म द हाइड्रोजन पेरोक्साइड ऑल्सो, दैट इज द H2O2. Okay, formula of hydrogen peroxide is H2O2 and water is hydrogen oxygen combined to form a H2O, so that is the water molecule. So H2O and H2O2, that is the different product but reactant is the same, so only different catalyst used to form the different product. Okay, so there is the use of selectivity of the catalyst is important. Okay, next one, shape selective catalysis by zeolite. Okay, so zeolite is a alumina silicate with 3-dimensional network of silicates. Okay, यहाँ पे एल्यूमिना और सिलिकेट का कॉम्बिनेशन है, 3-dimensional नेटवर्क स्ट्रक्चर है. Okay, so it called as a zeolite. Okay, so some silicon atom in the network are replaced by the aluminium. Okay, silicon का जो network structure रहता है वहाँ पे some atoms of silicon is replaced by aluminium. Okay, so it form the aluminium oxygen silicate network. Okay, framework. Okay, मीन्स देयर इज अ सिलिका ऑक्सीजन सिलिका था, वहाँ पे एल्यूमिनियम ऑक्सीजन सिलिका फ्रेमवर्क हो गया. ओके, सो दिस रिजल्ट इन अ माइक्रोपोरस स्ट्रक्चर. ओके, सो बिकॉज ऑफ रिप्लेसमेंट ऑफ सिलिका एंड एल्यूमिना देयर इज अ माइक्रोपोरस स्ट्रक्चर इज फॉर्म. सो द रिएक्शन इन जियोलाइट्स आर डिपेंड ऑन द साइज एंड शेप ऑफ रिएक्टेंट और प्रोडक्ट्स एंड ऑल्सो ऑन द pores and cavities of zeolite. Clear? Okay, now next part is the colloids. Okay, so colloids are heterogeneous mixtures. The component of colloid present in the largest proportion is called as the dispersion medium and the other component are called as the disperse phase. Okay, So the particle of the dispersed phase are larger than the size of the molecule and smaller than the particle which we can see with naked eyes. Okay, naked eyes से हम लोग देख सकते हैं उससे स्मॉलर इन साइज बट larger than the size of the molecule. Okay, disperse phase की जो पार्टिकल्स है उनकी साइज क्या है, मॉलिक्यूल से लार्जर है, लेकिन हम लोग नेकेड आइज से देख नहीं सकते. ओके, इतनी स्मॉल रहती है. दैट इज द कोलाइडल सॉल्यूशन. मीन्स not settle down at the bottom or not float on the upper surface. Okay, so the particle move inside the solution. Okay, means there is a not a solution formation, there is a turbid like structure. Okay, so then a number of substance we use in our day to day life are colloids. हम लोग अपने डे टू डे लाइफ में बहुत सारे कोलाइड्स यूज़ करते हैं. फॉर एग्जांपल मिल्क. ओके, मिल्क में क्या है, वाटर अगर मिक्स करते हैं तो भी वहाँ पे हम लोगों को वाटर और मिल्क जो है वो अलग अलग दिखाई देता है क्या, नहीं. तो वहाँ पे एक वाइट कलर का सॉल्यूशन ही दिखाई देता है. दैट इज़ द कोलाइडल सॉल्यूशन. ओके, वहाँ पे पार्टिकल्स जो है मिल्क में जो पार्टिकल्स प्रेजेंट है वो मोबिलाइज है, वो क्या मिक्स नहीं होते या सॉरी वो डिजॉल्व नहीं होते या सेटल डाउन नहीं होते हैं. ओके, अनदर एग्जांपल इज बटर, जेली, मेयोनीज. ये सब क्या है, एग्जांपल्स ऑफ द कोलाइड्स. नाउ द इसेंशियल डिफरेंस बिटवीन द सॉल्यूशन एंड कोलाइड्स इज पार्टिकल साइज. मीन्स कोलाइड और सॉल्यूशन में क्या डिफरेंस है, ओनली द पार्टिकल साइज. ओके, so solution contain the solid particle with a diameter in the range of 0.1 to the 2 nanometer. Okay, so the size of typical ion or a small molecule. Okay, now solution are a transparent and may be colored and do not separate on a standing. Okay, अगर सॉल्यूशन हम लोगों ने मिक्स किया या सॉल्यूशन क्या क्लियर सॉल्यूशन रहता है, अगर वो स्टैंडिंग में रखेंगे तो सेपरेट हो जाएगा क्या, नहीं. ऑन द अदर हैंड कोलाइड्स सच एज मिल्क, फॉग कंटेनिंग पार्टिकल्स ऑफ डिस्पर्स फेज with diameters in the range of 2 to 500 nanometer, they are translucent to light and do not separate on the standing. Okay, so colloidal solution का डिफरेंस समझ में आया, colloidal and solutions. Okay, now example of colloids. Blue color of the sky. So color sky having the blue color. Why? Because the sky appears blue to us because minute dust particles. Okay, so dust particle along with the minute water droplets disperse in air, scatters blue light which reaches our eyes. Okay, यहाँ पे क्या है, एयर में माइन्यूट डस्ट पार्टिकल अलॉन्ग विद द माइन्यूट वाटर ड्रॉपलेट्स उसमें डिस्पर्स हुए हैं और उसके वजह से क्या हो रहा है, ब्लू कलर स्कैटर हो रहा है. तो हम लोगों को स्काई का कलर कौन सा दिखाई देता है, ब्लू. नाउ नेक्स्ट एग्जांपल इज अ ब्लड. इट इज़ अ कोलाइडल डिस्पर्शन ऑफ प्लाज्मा प्रोटीन एंड द एंटीबॉडीज इन water. Okay, so there is a dispersion phase and dispersion medium are proteins and the antibodies in a water. Okay, at the same time blood is also a suspension of blood cells and platelets in a water. Okay, so there is a two examples. Next one, soils. So fertile soils are colloidal in nature, whether humans act as a protective colloid. Okay, so soil absorb moisture and nourishing material due to its colloidal nature. Okay, so soil is a one example of the colloids. Next one, fog, mist and rain. So mist is caused by small droplets of water dispersed in the air. Okay. Fog is formed whenever there is a temperature difference between the ground and the air. Okay. So a large portion of air containing the dust particles gets gets cooled below its dew point. Okay, you know about the dew point. Okay, so the moisture from the air condenses on the surface of these particles, which forms fine droplets, which are colloidal particles and float in the air as a fog or a mist. Okay, so because of this, fog, mist and rain are the example of colloid. Okay, so today we stop here. Remaining part of this chapter we can learn in the next lecture. Thank you all of